Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Want more?
Look for
Season
4.
Bum.
Yes, that's right. We're plugging back along with another Christmas in July. Oh boy, guys. We got Sandy with us tonight. How you doing, SandyClaws?
I'm doing great. Thanks.
I sure hope you are. I sure hope you are.
Yeah. We're doing courage. How could I not be great?
Yep. So, Sandy, you got us an interview with the one, the only, the legendary John R. Dilworth the past October for our Haunted Holiday Hijinks. And so, of course, it's only appropriate that we bring you on to talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog and the Nutcracker episode. All right. Now, just to set some context for this, guys, some context, not context. Words.
But while we're mentioning this, people, we encourage you to visit your local optometrist.
Right. Context. Dragon, we did the Snowman's Revenge last Christmas in July. Snowman, Sean Connery, Snowman. Snowman.
Man made of snow. Not the other way around. Man made of snow.
So basically what we've been doing with the Courage episodes for Christmas in July, I like we might be able to get away with this one more time for the original Snowman episode. Maybe. I doubt it. But for at least the Snowman's Revenge and now with this, the Nutcracker, we've basically been taking essentially the closest that we can possibly get to a Christmas special in the Courage the Cowardly Dog universe. And Dragon, this is our exercise, right? We're trying to find holiday cheer and we're trying to find those Christmas tropes in a special that might not even necessarily be related to Christmas.
Yes, I mean, after all, one of the big reasons we're talking about this is that not only do we just reference a known Christmas tradition, but the episode is framed around it very eloquently. So it's by, of course, we have Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky's, the Nutcracker Suite, playing throughout the episode. It's really worked in there. It's kind of like 11-minute kind of tribute to that in many respects.
It's basically Fantasia with rats. Yeah. Or possums, I should say. Are they rats or are they big rats or are they possums?
No, they're rats. In the thing, it's supposed to be. It's rats like in the suite.
Okay. Duh.
The rats kidnap the rats are going after the girl to the Nutcracker to save her.
So basically, this episode is like a literal Nutcracker suite.
It is like. I mean, I understand why they did rats, but. For me, I guess we can get into this more later, but they're just they're so unmemorable. The show has so many great villains. These two just stars.
Yeah, so Sandy, let's set the stage for this. Like you're probably like definitely the biggest Courage fan of us three. I mean, I think all three of us really like Courage, but Sandy, you definitely have a big love affair with the show, right?
Oh, yes.
Like huge. And so Sandy, this is going to be a very interesting conversation because this is one of the few episodes of Courage that you don't particularly care for. Just setting the stage there. Oh, man.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm interesting how Sandy, majority of the time for Cartoon Network shows, he's kind of been a Scrooge.
Yeah?
For our Cartoon Network episodes, he's been a Scrooge, like for Codename Kids Next Door and for this.
Right. Oh, God, I forgot about Kids Next Door. Like, I'm not even that big of a Kids Next Door fan at all, but
neither am I.
Even I was like more light on that episode than Sandy was. I still have that famous story about why I did not like Kids Next Door as a kid.
Very dumb reasoning, yes.
Yes. A friend from middle school just kept trolling me with the Rainbow Monkey song, and I was like, fuck that show and the Rainbow Monkeys.
And that's why those animators couldn't feed their families that year. Because Tiki, based on just a recurring annoyance.
Shit. Fuck those Rainbow Monkeys. Anyways.
That one animator had to work through Christmas because Tiki, Tiki hated the show for dumb reasons.
Yes, Dragon, yes, because I was like the one person, like Cartoon Network would have not canceled Kids Next Door if even one more person would have tuned in, and I was that person, and I just ruined everything.
Well, no, you're Tiki. You're the reason they don't have the revival, because they did have an ending, but they've been planning on coming back. And Tiki, folks, direct all your hate mail towards Tiki because he didn't like the show based on a rainbow monkey.
Because you see what happened. What happened was that one of the Kids Next Door writers, or no, let's say one of the Cartoon Network's executives was like a spy, like a mole in my middle school. And
we're getting off track here.
And so, like, you know, they would just be like, "Oh, this Tiki kid," who at the time, like, that was probably like
it's like a Nielsen rating, folks. They have spies putting all the middle schools in the tri-state area.
Okay, let's. Oh my God! Wow, what a rabbit hole! Wow.
Okay, anyway,
I'm quite proud of that tangent.
Let's get back on point.
Okay.
Let's get back on point. Talk about the pink dog we all know and love.
Yes. All right, so Sandy, where does this episode start?
It starts in the junkyard, and this is my goodness. This is probably, especially for Muriel, it's just like she's trying on like these different things. Like she's finding all this junk, absolute junk.
I call them Rhonda dresses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does look like that. Yeah, when she put on like the fur coat thing. Yeah. Well, it's later on though when she puts that on. But yeah,
I literally have it in my notes. Muriel trying on a Rhonda dress.
Yeah, I see that. Oh yeah, you're right. That's why it looks so familiar. Oh.
So it's kind of just an odd setup, and I
will agree with you. It's an incredibly odd setup.
It's one of the. I mean, I can't quite recall the entire series I went with this, but this might be the most out there setup we've had.
It really is. It's like they're just in the middle of this junkyard.
Because that's basically she's window shopping in a junkyard. It's the same. She's browsing.
They're dumpster diving, and I can understand that.
I mean, but the thing is that there's no tie back to the farm in this episode. Like, there's no reference to how they got there. You don't.
We literally have to make a makeshift farm in this episode. That's what we do because they make like a little cozy area that uses it's exactly like the farmhouse. Like our two. If Courage were a live action show, you'd have three principal sets. You'd have the living room, you'd have the kitchen, you'd have Courage's, the attic.
And then the exterior of the farm as well.
Of course, yeah, but that can be stock footage if they live action anyway.
Well, no, not necessarily because there's action that takes place out there.
You're right. Yes. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, we're in the junkyard in the opening. Essentially, she's treating it like it's a flea market essentially.
I am so glad that you guys share my feelings about this just being such a random, weird setup.
Let's see, Muriel, she finds this beaten up, like of all the items she's finding, she starts off by finding this beaten up, like reflective platter tray thing. Oh, Eustace, this is better than shopping. And then Eustace agrees, yes, because it's free shopping.
Okay, now I'm in a conundrum when it comes to the Scrooge in this episode, because Eustace, obviously Eustace would be the go-to Scrooge here. And he is kind of, because he's he's money. Like he's focused on money, which is the one thing that kind of makes him a Scrooge, kind of. Yeah. But at the same time, he's just so happy and he's in such a good mood throughout the episode. Like he's uncharacteristically in a good mood. So I'm very, what do you feel about this, Dragon?
Well, I mean, Courage has an arc, but it's not exactly. It's not a traditional Scrooge arc, but I mean, he learns to appreciate the Nutcracker, and he kind of learns the lesson at the end about the Nutcracker when Muriel kind of sets.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, that's good enough for me. Courage is a Scrooge. That is good enough for me.
I'm not going to say Eustace is unhappy, or I'm not going to say he's happy, or uncharacteristically happy, because we never really focus on him all that much.
I'm just saying, when we do see him, he's over the moon, oh, it's free.
I suppose.
So we see, go on.
Oh no, that was it.
We see Courage is excited, just like, hey, flea market.
I love Courage's optimism in this episode. That is like his optimism throughout the series is great.
Oh yeah.
Muriel finds a jewelry box. Oh, how lovely! She blows away the dust, and in turn blows away the box because it's so just beaten and decrepit, I guess. Eustace finds a set of golf. Again, Eustace is very happy in this episode. I gotta tell you, he's really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For once, he's not taking on the chin. For once, I mean, he's kind of turned all these lemons into lemonade this episode. Eustace, he finds golf clubs. Is these beaten, like tattered and twisted golf club.
Just a quick correction here. He finds the horn with the golf club lodged in it.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Like,
yes,
yeah, it's in like a saxophone or a horn or something at this golf club, and he basically blows into it, and he like, blows it out there somehow. It makes no sense, but it's a cartoon. It like bonks him on the head. Hey, he's got a golf club.
The golf horn brought to you by the makers of the tubaphone.
The not a successful follow up, but they're getting experimental.
Just work on your stroke while practicing the horn.
So here's what you do, Howard Hammond. Please demonstrate this for. He's on the golf club. Oh gee.
Tangent time, kids.
Can I point one thing out while we're on just this topic of the whole?
Yeah. We don't have to go down the Howard Hammond rabbit hole.
But Hammond was going to demonstrate the product.
Oh God. Okay. Dragon. Sandy can Howard Hamlin quickly do a demonstration, and then we can get to your thing. Okay. Go ahead,
so
Howard Hamlin.
Real quick, just Howard wants. Oh geez. However, will I make it to the 18th hole today?
Oh God!
Should I use a wood or a 5-iron for this one? Ernie, what do you recommend? Well, gee, Mr. Hamlin, I recommend you use the tuba putter. He uses the tuba putter, and what you have essentially is like a little, as if you were firing a bazooka. There's like a little launch feature. It basically helps you aim, like a little scope or sight built into it on the side that we did not see because Eustace didn't have the show floor model. He has it attached to the side. Basically, what you do is you blow into, as if you were using a blow dart gun. You blow into it, and basically you aim the putter at the ball, and with enough force and enough lung capacity, you can aim the ball and get a hole in one. Folks, that's why this holiday season you need to buy the tuba putter.
All right, Sandy, go ahead.
One thing I've always loved about the show, one thing it's why I'm so in love with it, is the use of just the different kind of background techniques they use. Like, especially in this episode where there's just, there's a junkyard. So like the different designs and, items in the back, it's endless, Yeah. And so if you look, especially, I have a screenshot up here of Eustace. He's holding a tuba with a golf club in it, and behind him is basically just an image of just it's like a real photo of just junk. It's like the entire background there. It's just,
right.
It's like a different coloring to it. Just so it's impressive how just they do all this and how they mix it all together. Like that's the first time I've noticed this. Just that total background there. It's really impressive. And
of course, Courage has done. They always do a good job of doing stock footage and stop motion and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're really cool.
I have to say, I've never seen. I can't remember seeing a show do backgrounds the way they do backgrounds. It's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's really cool is, and with the junkyard setting, though, again, we're kind of there for random reasons, but the point is being in the junkyard, we have all these kind of great comedic props and kind of over-the-top props we can have at our disposal. Like later on, we have like a chase ongoing. We can like throw ridiculously placed objects from all over the place, and they make a little bit of logical sense for a change.
Exactly.
Let's see. So Eustace is digging through a junk pile. He finds a Nutcracker, tosses it. Yeah, I like that Eustace just not caring about something. Instantly kind of helps, kind of brings a little levity in the Courage's life. Bonks Courage on the head, and he initially scares him. Again, a little bit of a message there with kind of Scrooge. And if you want,
it is a very creepy looking Nutcracker in first impression.
If you want to look for somewhat more of a Scrooge parallel, it's like, hey, he's frightened by something at first, and then he comes to enjoy it and like it.
Ah, there you go. So
initially it scares him. That's kind of the
Courage is just so heartless about the Nutcracker. Ooh, he's such a bad man.
Yeah, we have the ever-present theme with courage, which is nice. And some episodes do a lot better than others. And I'm not saying this is like one of those amazing cases of it, but I think rings true with an element of courage. It's really, really nice with the show is that there's this message of, hey, initially you might be scared of something, but you're going to see it throughout. You see the
Bigfoot and Hunchback.
Exactly.
Those are the two big examples, I think.
Exactly. Oh yeah, especially with the Hunchback and the Bigfoot. I keep cracking up with the Bigfoot one because they're dancing with the fruit on their heads.
right.
Oh, the Bigfoot's the best example of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the message. Initially, something might seem scary, but no, it's not scary at all. Once you get to know it, you kind of, it's conquering your fear, not necessarily by exposure, but getting to know it.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, kind of with that, you can kind of attach somewhat like an arc for, kind of a Scrooge-like arc for courage.
Ooh, he's so bad. Ooh, he's so greedy. I'm sorry, okay. Dragon. I've just got to do this to just hype up the Christmas element.
So let's see. Also, if you want to look at it, hey, kind of shopping all over around the holidays.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Christmas shopping. You see, Sandy, this is what we do here on Christmas in July.
And shopping for a bargain.
Oh, God,
free.
Yes.
Can't beat free.
Oh,
so basically, Courage is scared to mirror.
And Christmas in July has just turned into a litmus test for our own sanity at this point.
So Courage initially is scared. What gets him over his fear, which is a nice ever-present thing in the show, is that Muriel shows him, of all people, shows him how it works. And no, Courage, don't be so scared. Look, it's like a little nutcracker. Take the bag, it makes the teeth chatter, that sort of thing. And then he's amused by it until it bites his nose, and that's he's messing around with it too.
And he bites his nose, and Courage is it's like, ooh, I hate the Nutcracker so much. Ooh.
Anyway, but it's kind of like that childlike quality of Courage too, where it was always like he's messing with something like he's all whimsical, and then like ow,
right.
Not as bad as the time he's playing with the bear trap and it like snaps his tongue.
Oh God!
Somebody bad. Courage must have like a healing tongue because every time something bad happens to his tongue, I think the last episode, believe it or not, has like the most gruesome tongue thing possible.
I mean, he was balancing himself on his tongue, balancing himself on like the bear trap.
I tell you though, it's so eerie in the last episode though when he in the one with Courage's parents. Was it Courage's past? Courage remembers the past. Remembrances of the past.
Remembrance of Courage past.
Right, that's one. He's licking lollipop, and then just the tongue comes off. That's nasty, and you see like the end.
God.
That still haunts me. That rule haunts me. I gotta tell you, it's like
that's a big old body horror right there.
Yes, and Kurt's known for that one. Yeah, a lot of body horror.
Cronenberg was proud.
Yeah, so Eustace is he's pulling a rope, just mysterious rope, not a good idea.
He's like, oh, goody, more free stuff.
And a moose head lands on him.
Oh boy. This is just, the moose head is just an inspired visual.
It is. It's fun. I just love how we can emote with him. It makes logically it makes absolutely no sense, but it's fun.
That's kind of the perfect way to describe a lot of Courage's most memorable visuals. It makes no sense, but it's fun.
It's almost like the last. We don't care.
Yeah.
You know what? Almost. This was from season 4, right? Yeah, season 4.
Uh-huh.
Back in season 1, they actually had a moose head on their wall in the King Ramses episode.
Oh, nice.
So it's like they have a history with moose heads for some reason.
Oh, maybe he threw that moose head out, and that's why it's not serious. And then he found it.
Oh God, that's great.
All right, so moose head falls on Eustace. Courage is playing with the Nutcracker, and let's see. Oh, it's kind of cool. We have another callback to an episode, and saying you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. It's Courage is playing. He's having like a little tea party with some toys, and with the Nutcracker, he has a little toy version of Randy the robot, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I remember more of like the robot in the opening when they're flipping through the channels, but because I can never remember like the Randy the robot episode.
Oh yeah, I'm Randy the robot. Is Christopher?
Oh God.
So let's see. So he's having a little tea party going on. Again, Courage is very, very complacent, very happy with life. He is then let's see. Then buried in. He's then buried in junk that is freshly dumped, like a garbage truck or something's coming by and just dumping the junk right on top of him. He digs for his little Nutcracker buddy, and then realizes, because no one else is, he realizes they are locked in, which is not ideal.
Oh, God. You're just locked in the junkyard when you're doing your window shopping, like any other Thursday night.
If we learned anything from Brave Little Toaster, a junkyard is not a place to be.
Well, it's kind of funny. Yeah, Brave Little Toaster and Toy Story 3. Yeah,
that was more of a dump with Toy Story. This is like,
It's saying tomato, but I see what you're saying. Yeah. Anyways,
I'm saying one they destroy it by all costs. It's horrifying.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Anyway, yes. So yes, they're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Muriel, and this is the bit where we get that
the Rhonda dress.
Yes, we have Muriel. I call Muriel she's the queen of the junk. She feels. That's how she's sashaying herself around. She's looks all royal with it. The English queen. That's kind of what I was thinking of. It's like she's very, very like you queen. But yeah, she's dressed in that polka dot fur coat thing that Rhonda had.
When I was rewatching this earlier, I saw that. I remembered it and just thought, wow, yeah, Muriel. She has no sanity in this episode.
I kind of agree with you, Sandy. I kind of got that same sort of vibe.
Muriel can be a daft sometimes. She can be a little daft here and there. I mean, this is like a new level. Okay, man. Seriously, there's no reality with Muriel anymore. It's like there's light on, nobody's home. What's going on here?
That's kind of what I was getting this episode. I'll admit.
Is she just in the marriage for consistency's sake? What's going on?
It never even phases the Eustace and Muriel that the junkyard is closed. They just set up a house.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Eustace occurs you on her, and then Eustace, and just trying to explain with the classic bumbling. There's nothing.
Oh God. Oh man. Okay.
Then, we have when he goes to Eustace though. We have.
This is a great psych.
Yeah. Okay, you take us through it.
So yeah, we get the classic Courage scared by a masked bit, except it's the moose thing, and then so we have another great tongue humor where Courage screams, and then just this horse, this horseman comes riding.
It's a cowboy, a little cowboy.
It's a cowboy, yeah. Riding out of, just riding out of his mouth and then riding back. It's just so absurd. It makes no sense, but it's a lot of fun. You see a pattern here? It makes no sense, but it's a lot of fun.
Then night falls. Night falls, clouds are showing up. We have atmosphere set. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, here's another holiday trope. You're stuck somewhere around the holidays, and the weather, okay, forget the weather part, but we're trapped somewhere around the holidays.
We're desperate here, folks. We're desperate here. Sure. Being locked in a junkyard equates to a Christmas snow-in.
It's like the Full House thing where we're stuck in the airport.
Oh God! Also, I'm going to stretch it even further. I'd say that Muriel in her Rhonda dress is like Christmas fashion. It's Christmas fashion, right?
I think we're losing our sanity.
It's like her equivalent to the make go really meta with it.
It's her equivalent to the Nancy Spumoni snow boots.
Yes, it's her.
There's this great bit of pure with the television and
oh man,
now this truly is insane here. We're using I imagine almost from John Chris Felucci almost. I know I just saying this feels like such a really a bizarre non sequitur we used this year. Just he's sitting in a chair just randomly, even has some flooring like the house.
Oh God!
By chance, and he's just watching good reception, and of course the broken TV, there's nothing playing. And the fact here's the thing, with a moose head he is watching, which he can't see.
Yes, exactly. It's not like a mask, it's like a head, so it's literally just jammed onto his own head.
This scene is crazy on 4 levels. One, that
what was that, Sandy?
Pointing out he's brushing the moose's teeth with a hair.
Yes! Oh my God!
Yes, it's crazy on 4 levels. He just happens to be in a spot that's ripped out of the house. He is watching non-playing TV through a thing which he cannot see through, and he's He's able to manipulate. He's brushing his teeth, and the teeth actually work.
So
This is crazy.
So, guys, I think we can say two things about this. All right, it makes no sense, but it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
It's just like John Miller. He just makes no sense some of the time, but he's just so much fun.
Yeah, right. Oh God, this is great.
All right. Okay, so let's see. So
John, if you're listening to this, that's not something negative. That's what we love about you.
Yeah, exactly.
So Courage, of course, with like any dog, has infinite kind of hidden pocket space. He puts the Nutcracker in his pocket, and then as he does that, the Nutcracker suite begins.
Yes. So, Sandy, I know that you are not a big fan of these rat villains.
They're okay. I don't like them. You know, the Courage is just it's known for having villains like LeQuack and Cats, and these rats they're nothing compared to those guys.
Are you ready for that big stretch of a Christmas reference?
Oh yes, I am. Oh God.
And I tell you, a part of me, just based on the fact of kind of it's very much more structured with the Nutcrackers we're going to get into. I will say this one, a part of me thinks deep down, I think it might be actually hinting at this.
Man.
I'm saying of all the ways I could have done this, it sounds like, well, they just go with kind of a Christmas vibe with the Nutcracker. So here's how. Okay, the rats, of course, rats because Nutcracker sweet. You'll notice the rats are of two colors, red and green.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah.
Those are Christmas.
Christmas colors.
I told you it's a stretch, but I mean, of all the colors, and it's not pink, it's red. The eyes are red, the tail's red, and with him, it's green tail, green eyes, Christmas colors.
All right.
But also remember that Courage has done this before, where with the two raccoons, where the one had the different colored eyes, they had different colored eyes. So it's a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
It's like also Christmas colors.
Like but also we've had like kind of the ducks from Space. I mean, that's what the color Sam's talking about.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Right. So again, Night's Fallen, and again, Muriel very oblivious initially. She's like digging through piles here, and she's not noticing the rats. Again, the rats are.
She's like pulling on the tail, yeah.
Not realizing.
Because that's what you do when you see a big rat butt sticking out of the jar.
As you do.
Again, folks, if we've noticed anything, Muriel needs new glasses. So again, you're optometrist very, very soon in your life.
Oh man.
Okay, let's see. So yeah, she's unaware of the rats. As she's getting like a little pot, Eustace then disappears. Very horror movie style. Like, oh my god, Eustace is gone.
Right.
The show's over. No, Eustace is gone.
I will say Eustace is by far my favorite element of this show.
How many? Sandy, let me ask you this: can you recall how many times Eustace has died on Courage?
Oh God,
because he has died a couple times.
He's gotten his head ripped off. He's been stuck in mummy tombs.
It was melted.
He never really dies. He just reappears.
Sometimes he's died. Like he's been like no place out of it, so he's kind of most likely he's basically been set on a path to die a lot.
I mean, there's definitely been a couple episodes where it's like just like there's like a gravestone in the living room, or he's like a skeleton or stuff like that.
Oh, you're right. I don't know exactly what the kill count is on Eustace throughout this year.
Like it always ends with it's like very like Courage and Muriel are very nonchalant with the fact that he's dead. Like it always ends on like that joke.
Well, there was the one with the what was that one called? Where they
secretly Muriel's waiting for Eustace's benefits. Secretly.
God, exactly.
Oh, there was that one episode where they get turned into puppets. So they basically both die.
Yes. Oh man!
To
be fair, their soul still exists. It's like the mind going to something else, so they are technically alive there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I noticed with when Courage turns and sees the moose head laying on the ground, the tongue of the moose head is just sticking out.
Oh come on!
John Dilworth and his tongues, man! I swear, I love it.
Yeah, well, Sandy, get on that kill count at some point. Next time we do a Courage, those ever kill.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
We're gonna put our top man on this, folks. We're putting SandyClaws.
Top men.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna go.
Yep. All right. Let's see. So yes, Eustace disappears. And then, of course, he's protecting Muriel in classic fashion. He's lifting Muriel on top of his head. He's run away from the rats, who I love. I just love this, the operatic kind of ballet vibe with this episode and the rats. I gotta give them that. I like that we have a kind of running theme with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite like animated to synchronize perfectly with the music like Fantasia, but, on a TV budget, it does a very admirable job of kind of syncing up with the music in certain elements.
See,
I think... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say real quick, is that to me, Sandy, is why I think that these guys aren't completely forgettable, because I think they have like that one motif going for them. It's like, okay, well, they're really good at dancing.
You hit the nail right on the head when you said, what was it? What was it? You said something like classical or just in a very...
Yeah, kind of an operatic and ballet vibe.
No, as far as Courage protecting Muriel goes, just that whole... thing we have going through the series where it's just... The one reason why I don't really like this one a whole lot is just because it's just the basic plot, the Cajun Fox thing, where it's just like they want to catch Muriel so they can eat her. It doesn't feel very fresh,
Yeah.
Especially when we had that with the Cajun Fox, he actually had real personality going for him. These guys really, they have dancing. That's about it.
Wasn't Cajun Fox in one of the first episodes, not counting the pilot?
Oh yeah, he was in the two episodes were stuck together, the Cat's Motel and the Granny Stew.
Yeah.
So it's basically the second episode, official episode.
Here's the thing, Sandy. While we don't, I think you're right. You're absolutely right that we don't have as much personality, much like a lot of really kind of fun, memorable character stuff going on with them, like that with Cajun Fox. I think we do switch up here and there, like how Courage is kind of maneuvering with running. We do like a few fun things, like how he's running away with Muriel.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. And I like that they threw D-Lung in there on the giant sticky mat.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
What's you going, you fool? You never said that. Darn it.
No, he does say that.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he does. Okay.
Yeah.
He never laughs.
No, he never laughs, but yeah, Courage runs over him and watch where you're going, you fool.
I think everyone who doesn't know, it's D-Lung. They always know him as "you fool" guy.
You fool.
Let's see. Let's pad a little bit, just make sure we get some chronology here. So let's see. Muriel's impressed by the dancing, ooh, along the way as Muriel would be.
I also love the practical uses of the Nutcracker, where Courage, there's the giant mouse trap, and Courage throws the Nutcracker on the cheese to trigger the mouse trap.
Yeah, I get that. That is my favorite part of the episode. How we use them. Maybe I'm kind of a gadget fan.
Of course.
Multi-purpose, the multitude of ways we can use the.
It is nice. It is nice. Yeah.
And also, I like that we are kind of telling the story of the Nutcracker sleep through this. I know it seems very hand in hand, but it's kind of nice that we're adding kind of some layers to the pursuit in a way.
So I'm going to lay on two tropes, if you can believe that, with the Nutcracker. I think the Nutcracker can both qualify as the coveted gift trope, and I would say it could also qualify as the trope of the present that at first you don't want, but then turns out to be awesome.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I could
both those tropes.
Mainly the second one.
Mainly the second one. All right. Well, throw the first one out. We'll go with the second one. Anyways,
but real quick, just bring up the Nutcracker. So again, another way you kind of got me to here is that the let me throw this theory at you and say, you tell me if this makes any sense. The minute Courage puts the Nutcracker away, then these rats come out of the works. You think the Nutcracker might be enchanted or something? Like it's cursed or something?
I don't know.
Like it might be the reason these rats, again, like basically the story of the Nutcracker kind of gets enacted when you quit or something. But basically, at some point, like when night falls, or somehow it got activated.
I think that would make a lot more sense. But I don't think that was the intention, as they never really clarified that. They would have had some kind of...
But, like, I gotta say, I haven't watched this episode in like a long time, so I wasn't really fresh on it, and so I was kind of wondering if some sort of supernatural twist with the Nutcracker was kind of a possibility. But I don't know, I think the Nutcracker is more just used to represent kind of like Courage's innocence against the rats. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a use of like positivity, and also like maybe a visual metaphor of like
it's the Nutcracker defeating the rats to save the princess, or save the girl, as in the family in this case.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Let's see. So we avoid a lot of traps, and we prance around very nicely. We as they're throwing, again, very non-violent things at them initially. They're throwing fly paper, a mousetrap, and a giant mousetrap and some fly paper at them.
Huge fly paper. Oh my gosh.
With a man on it, which they then use to their advantage. Again, those rats are cheap as well. They're only using what they have. They can't get clean fly paper. They use used fly paper.
Oh, God.
How did he end up on that fly paper, I wonder?
He was just like at the junkyard as well, just looking for some bargains, as you do.
I blame a banana peel.
He's rich. He is rich. He advertised.
No, he's an inventor. He's looking for scrap metal.
Yeah, exactly.
In that one raccoon episode, as I mentioned before, he's advertising himself on TV saying, "Send me your wallets, you fool."
That doesn't necessarily make him rich. It just makes him really greedy.
Well, he has a nice car, though.
That's like the equivalent to like eBay on YouTube.
Oh, I can imagine him as an eBay seller.
Oh, God.
You remember, hey, Sam, real quick, do you remember what set him off to build the Robo Courage? Do you remember what set him off in that one? Did he just like say, "I'm going to build a superior dog"? Like, is that it all?
That's basically, there really wasn't a whole lot more. It's basically, I'm going to build a better dog. The episode is weird. All
right, let's see. So then the green rat is throwing. Sorry, I went to the flight there. All right, so he jumps into. Let me get to there. Courage attempts to dig outside with the Nutcracker, but unfortunately the rats have beat him to the punch. And those rats are everywhere, man. They're everywhere, and they can dance.
Yeah.
There's some Kevin Bacon rats right there.
Oh, God.
So again, very artful. Again, very artful, lovely pursuit they got going on there. Oh, it's nice. They're twirling around the thing, nicely said.
I think at this point it kind of switches to the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because of course the Nutcracker is divided into different suites.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Now, guys, I don't know if you caught this, but there is kind of a hill made of garbage that's sort of shaped like the Nightmare Before Christmas Hill.
I noticed that.
Yeah, so there you go, Nightmare Before Christmas Hill trope.
And also just the Nutcrackers. Well, if we want to count everything Nutcracker's been used in, Christmas with the Joker from Batman the Animated Series used Nutcracker when we were facing off against the giant robotic Nutcrackers.
Well, I mean, Dragon, I'm just going to count like the use of a Nutcracker as one thing.
All right.
But
let's see. So yes, Courage flees through the pile, which they twirl around it again. Like they're not going to like sully themselves. They're just Courage is going to plow through. Let's see.
Then after they dance around it, the pile collapses.
Yes, we then go to the tire section.
Yes.
I like the tire section. And speaking of tired, Courage is tired.
Fun, funny, ha.
Yes, he kind of catches
a really cool junkyard though. Like this has got to be cooler than the junkyard in Ed and Eddie. I mean, it's a whole like land full of tires.
Yeah, I hear you. It's pretty.
They built a lot of really cool stuff in the junkyard in Ed and Eddie. They built a lot of really cool stuff.
This is a Dragon. It kind of reminds me of Todd's Disneyland from BoJack Horseman a little bit.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And of course, BoJack Horseman did a Christmas special.
Yes, he did. Yes.
And then after the tires here, we see Courage wandering through some pipes, and on the pipes,
Dilly. Yes.
Dilly, spray-painted Dilly.
That is like an awesome, rewatching the show as an adult and all the Easter eggs and stuff. It's like, that was there the whole time. That's amazing.
But what I was getting with like the Muriel kind of change up kind of the Muriel Courage pursuit a little bit aside from kind of the artful execution here and there. But the thing I really liked about this one is that Courage kind of takes a breath for a moment. He looks up and he sees this group. It's kind of a decent Muriel likeness in tire form. I gotta say, it's a good likeness. But yeah, that's a fun gag. He has like in cartoon logic, kind of the same weight as Muriel going on there. And yeah, then Courage, I could buy the Courage kind of think it's kind of off his game for a moment there. It's pretty funny. All right, let's see. So,
there's a random screaming girl in the wardrobe for no reason.
Yeah. Technically, might be a goddess. Technically.
Oh, that girl, she reappears everywhere. She was in the Mummy episode.
Oh, okay.
Not the King Ramses episode.
Yeah, wasn't she? She was a giant and she was a goddess.
Oh, God.
She reappears a bunch of different places. Like that design, they redid her design for the goddess, but it was basically her.
Yep. Reusable models, kids. Hey, it's helpful. It's a trick. What can I tell you? In Freakazoid, they had something called a model dump, where basically they use Animaniacs extras all over again.
Oh man! Oh, that's great.
The first episode, Dance of Doom, they on the contrary they joked and called it a model dump because there's like from their Amblin show. It's really funny.
Oh
anyway.
Man!
I just one last thing. I have to think that Screaming Girl is some kind of caricature of one of the people working on Courage, because just to put her randomly in the wardrobe there, it seems kind of like what?
Yeah. And what
joke? I don't know.
What takes us there is Courage is picking up the scent. That's how he kind of locks onto him later on too. He's going like all over the place and he's going to the wardrobe all over. Let's see. So then Courage extends. And I love this bit. I love how he extends the Nutcracker's legs to like a periscope.
Yes, it's like again. It makes no sense. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Again, it's a little bit like there's this like inkling of plus. Again, it's kind of almost like, bear in mind, there's not enough logic to make it a logical logic, but it's like a hair close to a logical logic.
Right.
It's like, you know what? Yeah, this makes no sense. But if you had a Nutcracker that you give, like, it would work. You could, like, okay, you extend the legs to be kind of the periscopy part, and they have like a part, the stand is the reflective glass, and at the bottom you have like little Viewmaster thing.
Oh man!
So he's looking through. Of course, he sees there's his half-loving owners.
Yes, they're about to be cooked, dragon, for our next trope, which is the Christmas feast.
Yes,
and then Courage smashes the table, and the record player, turns out all this is being played on a record player. It's just
that was funny. I like that. I really like that. It's such a great kind of meta thing where we destroy like the record player, but then they have a big troll at the ready. He's like, no, this is our music. This is all we have.
That's a really good use of diegetic music right there.
We have so many forms of this. We even have stuff that hasn't been invented yet. We got a shuffle, man. We got an iPod shuffle.
Oh God.
We got a Zune. We don't know what the heck a Zune is, but we got it.
Right.
Right. So then, we have Supus Interruptus here going on with the Courage. Going down there, we have like the big battle.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to call it that.
Well, fine. Fine. We have the mediocre battle.
The mediocre battle.
Or the moderately big battle.
The moderately big battle. Harry Potter and the moderately big battle.
All right.
I don't know why that came to mind. That just sounded like a catchy, like roll off the tongue Harry Potter title.
Lead and Forge. Jafar made
hip hop moves, and these rats are quite envious. They're outmatched.
Yeah, Courage got moves, man.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of
Courage got moves, dog.
Breakdancing 2. Kind of like Breakdancing 2 Electric Boogaloo. A little bit of that in there.
And speaking of Randy Robot, that's actually how he defeated Randy.
Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah, dance-off. They had a dance-off. And he beat Randy.
And that's where Star-Lord got the idea.
I was about to say, is James Gunn a Courage fan? He seems like he would be a Courage
Well, we know he
fan.
likes it. I mean, I could buy that he's Courage.
Yeah, I could buy that, too. I could totally buy that.
Right, so we have Courage versus the Rats. We have the spinning attack, which is kind of cool. They're going to spin around tails, kind of like a little tail whip going on. Again, the colors of Christmas coming to harm Courage. Again, there's kind of the Scrooge battling Christmas in a way.
Sure. Yes,
and again,
yes,
Christmas,
the heartless Courage. Ooh, he's such a good Scrooge. Oh, he's so greedy.
Anyway, if you look at it this way too, you have that he's kind of embracing the toy / the Christmas spirit with the Nutcracker, and that's how he kind of defeats him by also embracing the dancing.
I do love the sword.
Yes, the sword is really cool.
Like, because that's something we never see used in a Nutcracker, right? Like the fact that a Nutcracker has a sword, but we never see like sword fights with Nutcrackers or anything like that. So that's such a good like call to use something like that. I remember like me and my cousins used to sword fight with Nutcrackers, and we used to get yelled at because they were antiques. Yeah.
So let's see. The Nutcracker gets out of his hands for a minute and frees Eustace and Muriel. Again, we have him like encourage embracing the basically embracing what the bags are all about. The dancing in the midst of combat.
Sure.
And he encourages busting a move with the Nutcracker. I like that. I like how he's dancing with the Nutcracker. It's like kind of like the wood logic of it here. Like, okay, the joints of the arm are moving, so it looks kind of like dancing. It's kind of it's how he gets one up on him, and basically through that, he's taking out the support beams, and the whole kit and caboodle comes down as Eustace and Muriel are whisked away. Muriel's like congratulating her, hooray! She's all
hooray!
She has no idea what happened, but she's happy, so good for her. Courage and Nutcracker take a bow. Nice bit, classy. Courage. Eustace then takes the Nutcracker. He puts a walnut. Again,
I thought Eustace was gonna fucking destroy that thing, and that was gonna be like a heartbreaking ending.
He technically does.
Kind of, but.
Because again, this is shit. I can't. A part of me wanted to call Eustace Scrooge because it's, but I mean, no, he's embracing it. Like, okay, Nutcracker, I'm going to use it. It puts a walnut inside because it's an antique, breaks the teeth, and then here's where you get the moral of the episode here, folks. It's a nice little bow at the end here. Seriously, it's a nice little bit at the end.
It is.
Where Muriel, again, it's kind of mean spirit for Muriel, I gotta say, a little bit, just a smidge. Again, not intentionally mean, but it's a fact of life. But she says, oh, it's an antique, Eustace. You can't use it. You can't use it for anything. Of course, we saw throughout the episode. No, he did use that.
I mean, I don't think that's mean spirited. It's just
it's facts.
Muriel being kind of like, and she's like, that's a less dumb comment than like 90% of the other stuff that Muriel said throughout the episode.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's fair. But yeah, it's really nice saying like, hey, if you can't use it for anything. Of course, we, the audience, have seen Courage use it for a lot of things. He uses it to save them. And in the end, even though the Nutcracker's all kind of strange looking, at times Courage can be strange looking too, and we love him. So, they like kind of like the battered teeth imagery. And yeah, while we've been saying visit your optometrist, folks, I mean, visit your dentist as well. So I'd go with the dentist over the optometrist, but,
Courage should be like a mascot for dentistry.
He should.
If you want to call that how the episode ended, a little bit of more body horror.
Yeah, I would actually.
Yes, but also in the episodes with the
I've got to say, I've had some pretty vivid like teeth falling out dreams over the years, and yeah, it gets to me.
And
oh, what?
So I was gonna make another dentistry joke.
Okay.
Again, this is the last kind of dentistry little connecting point here. We had, oh my God, I have another Christmas trope.
Oh God.
So, okay, two things. So,
oh man.
We had Eustace brushing his moose teeth. So again, folks, little dental theme of the episode. But
God, oh yes, because of the fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer elf. Oh my God.
I was about to get there.
I'm sorry.
Very much like Rudolph, like with Hermie from Rudolph. I want to be a dentist.
Oh my God!
It all comes full circle.
I see. Oh gosh,
that was absolutely 1000% intentional on Dilworth's part. All right, can we get out of this insanity? Let's do some final thoughts. I literally feel like I'm losing my mind.
Speaking of insanity, just the way the show ends with just Courage looking at the camera and just laughing insanely. This show is infamous for doing that. It just so many episodes just end like that.
Oh,
Okay, I love it.
okay. Final thoughts, guys.
I
liked it.
I mean, I don't love this episode, but I like it a little bit more now that just thinking about it and rewatching it and talking about it. Seeing the tropes.
Not my favorite Courage episode, but it's good.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm definitely kind of on Sandy's side here. I don't think it's one of the better. It's probably one of the weaker Courage episodes, in all honesty, because of like what we picked apart with the setup and Muriel being particularly dumb in this episode, like more dumb than usual.
Just the story in general.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun to deconstruct. I mean, for what we like to do with kind of the out of left field Christmas in July choices, like I feel like this was a fun, if maybe a little bit insanity inducing conversation with the Christmas tropes. But yeah, it's definitely not like a big like, oh my God, it fills me with Christmas cheer. But you weren't really expecting to get that with this, and so I think for what it is, it's solid. Like on a TV budget, they managed to get some really good musical based stuff in there, and I always like when cartoons use music to their advantage. So yeah, overall, a pretty decent piece of animation from Courage. But Courage is just such a consistently excellent show that like even a good episode like this will look like one of the weaker episodes of the series just in comparison. So yeah,
I mean, it's not like a top 20, but we've had other 20 really good ones.
I mean, what I was, yeah, it's just Courage is just like 90% of the time they hit home runs. So this is like maybe like a single, Yeah. It's like they still hit. It's just not a home run.
Yeah.
So, all right. Dragon, your final thoughts?
Yeah, it's not the most memorable, not the most iconic episode, but again, it has like a little bit, like gives you like maybe a spark of Christmas cheers, a little bit of a spark, like maybe like a very moderate Christmas buzz that kind of goes away.
A very moderate Christmas buzz. I like that. I like that.
Very moderate kind of Christmas buzz, kind of like a Christmas sugar rush. It's like, yeah, that goes away.
I think it's a rush. I don't think it's a sugar rush though.
It's like half a candy cane. Like
half a candy cane. Now, are we talking like the full size candy canes or like the little mini candy canes that the charity Santas give out?
No. Here's the thing. I'm saying here's what's happening. It's your average candy cane, the full size one. But here's the thing. While you're chowing down on it, here's what happens. You get like halfway through, it's like, yeah, this is Christmas cheer, but then it turns into like an after dinner mint. Like it's like just a peppermint. Like basically, here's the thing: you start with the key part, and it's like, this is like an after dinner mint, but it's long. That's
So can we have like the candy cane? Can we have like the candy cane mints be like the next product on Christmas in July, along with the tuba putter?
Sure. We gotta have like a QVC with all these.
We could literally do a podcast on that, man. I think we should look into that.
Rock Soup, the Howard Hamlin endorsed tuba putter, the less successful successor to the tuba phone.
Oh man.
But again, it's like it's fun, but it doesn't contend with any of the other Greek Courage episodes. But it's okay. It's fine.
All right, so let's get to the heart of the goddamn episode, folks. The tropes. Oh Jesus, there's so many of them. I mean, Courage just makes such a good Scrooge because he's just he's so antagonistic. Go ahead.
Well, two things. One, Tiki, I think we have so many tropes, we gotta do a second part to this. I really do.
No. Don't even joke with stuff like that.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
but secondly, though, again, we've done very loose Scrooges before. All right, let's not ride too much on them. He has to be a bad guy. It's about the Scrooge arc.
To be honest with you, I'm just ripping off the bit from the Lost World Jurassic Park review from the Nostalgia Critic, like, ooh, John Hammond, he's so evil.
Right. Let's see, of course, red and green, the colors of Christmas, red and green.
Red and green. The Nutcracker himself, like the symbolism of the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker suite, the music choice as well. There's the whole kind of framing of that.
The unlikely awesome gift.
Yes. Which honestly predominantly is built into like the Scrooge thing. We're also that's kind of the main Just like not being thrilled with some, but like but then basically being scared. Also, you have like the scary journey that leads to like kind of the reconciliation. Like, yeah,
Of course, we get a little bit of a visual nod with the Nightmare Before Christmas Hill.
I think I may have found one more trope.
yeah.
Oh God, Santa's got one. Oh no.
Come on, man, don't hold out on us, man. Come on.
Free domain music.
The what?
Would that be one or
What is it?
Public domain music?
oh yeah, public, yeah, that's what it was. Public domain music.
I don't know. What do you think, Dragon? What's your ruling on that?
I don't like are all the Christmas classics public domain.
Not all of them, but some of them, like Jingle Bells and stuff like
That's
that.
the thing. I mean, okay, Jingle Bells is public. I don't know. I'm gonna call juries out on this one. I can't really rule on it.
Better call Saul.
Yep. Let's see. Also, of course, a lock somewhere around the holidays. You know, trapped somewhere. No, it's not an airport, but a junkyard. Let's see.
Blizzard. Fucking holiday blizzard. It's totally the same thing.
You know what's weird? Oh my, what?
Reuniting with family.
Yes. Oh, let's see. Of course, the Christmas feast.
Yes. The holiday moral at the end. It wasn't necessarily a holiday moral, but it was a moral.
Mm-hmm.
All the same, with Mira kind of exposing that. We got to see encourage a little uplifting moral at the end.
Dragon, it was so ridiculous and I already forgot it, but what was the one that you kind of referenced where it was like kind of the dentist thing. The Hermie the dentist thing. The dentist parallel.
You know what's weird? I keep seeing in the background of like I'm browsing through the background here and I keep seeing the word rat skin on numerous like items in the junkyard. Like I'm just jumping around from episode and I see the word rat skin in every like clip.
That is kind of fun.
I have a real stretch for one.
Okay.
You know when you go into like a log cabin, and we go like these sorts of like kind of the cozy places around the house. Like we go like people go skiing around the house, and you have like pelts, and you have like moose heads, and you have like kind of like the taxidermy things on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Moose head.
Sure, I'll give it to you, Dragon. That's a freebie.
Right.
Okay, guys. So that's what we like to do here, folks. Even with an episode that might not on the surface level seem like it's very Christmassy at all, we like to dig in and we like to find the tropes within things that might not even look tropey to begin with, because god damn it, I mean, it's just like, what could be more rewarding than that? I mean, what could be more rewarding than finding tropes of Christmas specials in the middle of July? It's just like, it's the best fucking humanistic job that there is.
But Tiki, for the children, I have to ask you. I have Tiki. I beseech you here in front of SandyClaws himself. I beseech you to answer his curiosity and mine and all the little kitties out there, all the little kitties tuning in, watching Courage the Cowardly Dogs. You know what? This was good. I feel like a little Christmas cheer. It's gonna pass like gas, but I feel like a little Christmas cheer. But I gotta know. I have this lingering thought in the back of my mind with all these tropes, all these bountiful, glorious tropes found in this episode in season 4 of Courage the Cowardly Dog. I gotta know. I have to know. Like the
Out with it, man.
I have to know. How are we going to do that, Tiki? Is there a term? How do we do this process? How do we find the tropes?
By putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope. Next time on Christmas in July. And by the way, the next installment is the Mask Christmas Special. Yes, because we're unlocking that as well. Next time on Christmas in July, I didn't forget. Fa la 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 la.
No present for Tiki.
You fool!